Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 test 1 2. Live in 2 minutes. Live in 10 seconds. Welcome to another edition of Coventry United TV with yours truly, the mouth of the Midlands, Liam Cook, live on YouTube for today's opening match of the 2018-19 Build-Based FA Varsity first qualifying round held today at Walsh's Meadow, Stourport. Live coverage of Droitwich Spa versus Coventry United right here on Coventry United TV. You will not find this commentary anywhere else, so make sure to sit back, relax and enjoy what will hopefully be a red and Greens victory. And by George, do we need some happiness around the red and greens. It's been a difficult few weeks for Coventry United, especially with the heavy 4-1 defeat suffered by Terry Anderson's side at Spinks Drive on Bank Holiday Monday. But a cup victory can put many smiles on many faces. It's down to the red and green boys to make it happen today, as the referee is set to lead the players onto the pitch. Before we go into today's starting lineup, I will tell you that both new signings are starting, and there is the return of a club legend. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen the team news yet. We'll be going through the starting 11s and benches for both sides here on Coventry United TV just before kick-off. United made it to the third round in the Build-Based FA Vars last season before eventually falling to Bromsgrove Sporting, a dramatic replay at the Butts Park Arena from 3-0 down to 3-3 before losing on penalties. One of the most dramatic days in the club's history. Hopefully such heroics will not be needed today. A comfortable 2-0 win will definitely suffice. United hopefully getting back on track at a venue where they convincingly beat Stourport Swifts on the final day of the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division of last season. A hat-trick from Gift Musa from Shaquille McDonald, I must say, was enough on that day. Under the scorching sun here at Stourport, we are live on Coventry United TV. It's carnival time on the banks of the River Severn, and the Red and Greens look to create their own carnival party atmosphere here at Walsh's Meadow, a venue where they won by 3-0 on the final day of last season. But today, it's the return of the Build-Based FA Vars, the first qualifying round between Droitwich Spa and Coventry United. It's live on CUTV with Liam Cook. Let's get you, as promised, into those starting lineups, kicking off with Droitwich. Number 1, Matt Oliver. Number 2, Joss Zikora Warmington. Number 3, Jonathan Brooks. Number 4, the captain, Andy Crowther. Number 5, Curtis Townley. 6 is Graham Pardo. Number 7, Brad Burgess. Number 8, Jack Allerton. Number 9, James Lemon. 10, Corey Rudd. 11, Hayden Morris. Substitutes for Droitwich Spa. Number 12, Dan Cottrell. Number 14, Jack Davis. Number 15, Francis Rowlands. Number 16, Ollie Thompson. For Coventry United this afternoon, number 1, Brendan Bunn. Number 2, making his Red and Greens debut, Shane Nicholson. Number 3, Ben Vallance. Number 4, the captain, Gift Musa. And I promise you the return of a legend. Number 5, Chris Cox is back at the Red and Greens on a dual registration deal with Stratford. Number 6, Kyle Barnett. Number 7, Kyle Carey. 8, another new signing, Ross Alton, central midfielder. And number 9 is Kervin Ellis. 10, Shaquille McDonald. 11, Jake Holt. Substitutes for the Red and Greens, who play in Sky Blue today. Number 12, Rob Prinzel. Number 15, Kevin Thornton. Number 16, Luke Downs. Number 17, Ryan Palmer. And number 18 is Scott Hammond. So those are your starting lineups and benches here on CUTV. Live coverage of the very first qualifying round of the 2018-19 Build-Base FA Vars. Gift Musa wearing the captain's armband today. United will be wearing sky blue shirts with green shorts and socks. Droitwich in red and white shirts with white shorts and black socks. As we said here on CUTV, 2 debutants for Coventry United. Firstly is 18-year-old right back Shane Nicholson, signed on a loan deal from Leamington. We're not certain how long that deal will last, as he is making his debut today at right back in what appears to be a 4-man back line, with Vallance on the left, Nicholson I should say, on the right, and at centre back Chris Cox and Kyle Barnett. It's looking suspiciously like a 4-4-2. And in fact, it appears there has been a change in the lineup. Kervin Ellis is not starting. Kervin Ellis is not there, as Scott Hammond is playing in Ellis's place. Hammond's taken the number 9 shirt. So, for whatever reason, I'm not sure whether it's an injury, Kervin Ellis will not be playing. And Scott Hammond has in fact replaced Ellis in the starting lineup. It will be Droitwich to kick us off. Kicking from right to left. The home of Stourport Swifts, Walsh's Meadow. We must say a big shout out to all the Coventry United personnel listening today, to Jason Timms, Marcus Green, and of course to still the Coventry United assistant manager Luke Morton. It was announced on Tuesday that Luke would be leaving his position as assistant manager, but has in fact decided to stay on thanks to the outpouring of support from the Red and Green Army on a reduced schedule. It's been quite the few days here at Coventry United. Some good moments and some bad moments. But today it's all about making memories and making history, as Coventry United pick up the possession with Chris Cox at centre-back. Rolls it across to Kyle Barnett. Nicholson on the right, rolls it out to Nicholson. Pass deflected into touch via the Droitwich man. Final touch, I believe, coming from Jonathan Brooks. Throw by Nicholson to the feet of Alton. Nicholson down line to Barnett, caught short. They've got the throw, have they? No, they haven't. As Kyle Barnett tried to retrieve the underhit pass. It went James Lemon to try and intercept. Barnett stacked it over the white line. Looking towards the right-hand side, but straight into the clutches of Kyle Carey. Tries to slide it into the penalty area for Shaquille McDonald, but in goes Curtis Townley, sliding onto the ball and sliding it out of play. Another ball is going to be required. Poor passing from Droitwich Spa, nearly catching them out, and Kyle Carey's through ball not quite finding its intended target. Holton. Lofted ball down the left. Nodded towards the byline by Andy Crofer. Vallance does his best to try and keep the move alive, and United have got a throw right in the corner. It will be taken by Ross Alton, the former Northampton centre mid, making his Coventry United debut. He was thinking about the long throw, tries to play it short to McDonald, who has found quite a bit of success on this ground. Forced into the corner by Droitwich's Josh Zikora. And cross fell to the number 4, Andy Crover, who had his clearance charged down by Valance, but it will go out of play for a goal kick. This is part one of a bumper weekend here on CUTV. Tomorrow we are live from Communications Park in Daventry with coverage of the FA Women's National League Cup fixture between Coventry United ladies and Norwich City ladies. And of course on Monday it's back to the butts with live commentary of Coventry United versus Long Eaton United in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. United will hope to go into that league fixture with a place in the next round. The FA Vars safely under their belt. Jake Holt with a misplayed pass towards Nicholson. A nice slide by Nicholson from behind. The Droitwich midfielder not too happy about that challenge by Nicholson on Morris, but crafted well. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for that long ball from the back by Kyle Barnett from safely inside his own half. Ball bounces into the hands of Matt Oliver. Oliver's kick bounces past Nicholson. Volleyed upfield by Kyle Barnett towards the centre of the park. Got on beaten in the air, but the rebound is nodded on by Holt. Holt receives it from Hammond. Neither side could seem to retain the ball at the moment, but Holt has now picked it up. Looks for Kyle Carey in the edge of the area, looking for the layoff for Shaquille McDonald. McDonald stumbles. Holt keeps it alive. Hammond dispossessed. A one-on-one challenge by Jonathan Brooks. Upfield to Lemon. Great pressure from behind by Kyle Barnett, but lofted up the left-hand side. Nicholson should be able to deal with that one. Overhead kick by the young fullback. Holt brings it to earth. Here's the captain, Gift Musa. Valance playing in his more favoured position of left back in a 4-man back line today. Sends Kyle Carey on his way. Carey just about keeps it in. Takes on Zikora. Tries to step past the Droitwich right back. Carey in towards Scott Hammond, and Hammond unfortunately wasn't in a position to make an attempt at goal. Ball bounces past the young attacker. Drafted in at the last minute to replace, we believe, the injured Kervin Ellis, the United number 9. Players crying towards the far side of the pitch for Matt Oliver's kick. Vice captain Dominic Allain barking orders from the touchline. Burgess was looking to find Lemon in space. Pass was blocked. Sent upfield by a Droitwich player into touch for a throw, virtually in the same position. Here's Kyle Barnett. Back into the United penalty area and cleared hastily by Burnham, and can only find another red shirt. A combination of Musa and Holt take it away from Crover. Hammond. Bounces past Brooks. Brooks able to get there first. And now Droitwich look to bring the ball under control. Nicholson won't allow that to happen. The ball infield by Brooks is picked up. Passed down the centre of the park. Blocked up by Gift Musa. Here's Scott Hammond. Lines with flags for a throw-in. Looked to me as if the ball had stayed in play. Throw-in bounces to Curtis Townley. Sticks his laces through that one, sends it towards the halfway line. A challenge headed by Alton. Onto the head of Droitwich player and off the bonds of Kyle Barnett towards the byline. Flicks off the head of Kyle Barnett. Referee gives free kick against the Droitwich number 9. James Lemon for a push in the back on Kyle Barnett. Lofted away by Alton. Towards Kyle Carey. Came off the head of Zikora. And that will be a United throw on the left-hand side, deep into Droitwich territory. Been a promising start for United against lower opposition, league opposition. Alton to Musa. Space on the right-hand side for Nicholson. Played down line to Chris Cox. Cox with a superb crossfield ball. And fantastic control by Nicholson. The pass to Hammond was picked up and charged straight into Hammond's face by Brooks. And I think Hammond may well have lost a tooth there. Shirt pull on Barnett by Lemon, but Barnett comes away with the ball. Now here's Musa. Cox. Nicholson again on the right. Impressive start from the youngster. Into the centre with Cox, who of course play in a variety of positions. Musa goes a run down the centre, drifts to the right and now finds Nicholson. Shane Nicholson to give Musa, tries to hold off the midfielder and thinks the ball away from a second challenge from Hayden Morris. Neat crossfield pass to Kyle Carey, looks for the cross, Holt's in short support. A scuffed effort though by Jake Holt, a poor end to a good move. Hamilton looking to make his way down the right hand side, a bit too much pushing and pulling from Kyle Carey, results in a Droitwich Spa free kick. We've had 7 minutes of play gone here at Walsh's Meadow, the home of Starport Swifts. Live coverage of the Build-Based FA Vars first qualifying round here on CUTV with Liam Cook. Score remains Droitwich 0, Coventry United 0. Free kick nodded on by Lemon, but hooked away by Barnett. It's been equal to everything the number 9 has mustered so far, but George looking to push on again, but a wayward header by Graham Pardo curtails that move, and thrown taken quickly by Valence to Alton. Hammond picks up a bouncing ball on the right and threads it down the wing for Nicholson. Nicholson's cross towards Shaquille McDonald, a low header to a Droitwich teammate from the defender. Morris evades Nicholson and looks to find his way back into United territory. Musa catches the number 6 Pardo, referee says no foul. Sent down the left hand side for Lemon. It's not the pass that Lemon would have wanted. United have got themselves a throw, level with their own penalty area. It's taken short to Brendan Bunn, making his second United appearance. Made his debut against Spinks last week. Unfortunately, it wasn't a happy debut for him. Chest control by Kyle Carey. Now Holt takes over, dribbling towards the penalty area. McDonald's in support. Holt may go alone. Offside against McDonald as he tried to slot it into the prolific striker. That'll be a free kick to Droitwich. Today's coverage here on CUTV, as always, sponsored by our good friends at Current, putting bespoke software to increase sales and improve your business processes. Make sure to hit them up at current.it online for more information. Loaded up in the air and Alston volleys it on the centre circle. Good first touch by McDonald. Holds off the defender for now. Looks to switch the play across to Hammond, but it's behind the young attacker and the Droitwich number 10 Corey Rudd sent forward for Lemon. Lemon wins the header and gets the seconds. Closed down from behind by Nicholson. Looks for a lofted through ball, doesn't quite find his teammate, and Ben Valence brings it to earth. Barnett sends it away. Kyle Carey's on the run. Will he get there before Oliver? No, he won't. Oliver comes to the edge of his area and catches the ball. Oliver boots it clear. Goal kick in the air by Holt. McDonald jumping in. A challenge on Zikora. But has to concede the throw. So Zikora will take the throw in. Just upfield from his penalty area. Lofted throw. Alton couldn't bring it down. It's sent forward. Hammond into the area. Oliver gets there first. 10 minutes gone on CUTV. Remains Droitwich Spa 0, Coventry United 0 in the first qualifying round of the Build-Based FA Vars. Oliver's kick into the centre of the park. Moves around to out-jump Lemon, who took him out in the process. Referee says it's all good. Kyle Carey in the left flank. Moves it back into Droitwich's territory. Hammond is the intended target. Hammond picks it up. Good control. Just take it around Rudd. Lofts it towards the right side to Alton. And volleyed into touch by Jonathan Brooks. Coventry United throw in. Level with the penalty area. Good progress being made by Terry Anderson's side. A big performance needed. Following the disappointments of the Spinks defeat, another ball was required. And then suddenly decided it's no longer required. Nicholson has options. Looks for a long range one in. Give Musa a bit of a shove in the back there. Musa able to hold off the challenge. Low cross by Nicholson, easily picked up, and now Droitwich begin the counter. Clearance is brought down to the feet of Ben Valance for United. Valance. Fine, also on the right hand side, under hit. Now sent forward again, it's Kyle Barnett. Out muscling Lemon, turns his man. Great work there by Kyle Barnett. Alston finds Scott Hammond up line, and a good controlled slide sends it into touch for a United throw. Alton. And the cross is volleyed out for a corner. When the defender, Zakura, probably could have left it for a goal kick. Didn't get the call. And United will have themselves a real opportunity to open the scoring at a sunny Stourport. Kyle Carey on set piece duty again. It's towards Chris Cox with that insane leaping ability, nodded on by Kyle Barnett onto the roof of the net. We all know just how high Chris Cox can leap. He's like a salmon when he gets going. The second header by Kyle Barnett, intended for the net, it didn't find its target. Oliver with the clearance from the goal kick. Passes past Holt, who tried to flick it on with his heel. Holt receives it from Musa, lobs it to the right over the defender. Nicholson. Hammond turns Brook. With a shove in the side by Brook, it was kept in by Hammond. Out of play now via the leg of the Droitwich number 11. Across the field towards Valance, intercepted. The pass towards Lemon, Valance is there to pick it up. Brendan Bunn off his line to pick up the loose ball. Barnett, across to Chris Cox. Cox, of course, now a Stratford player. Suddenly dual registration form so he can play for both sides. It's a great ball upfield to find Kyle Carey right on the byline. Looks to turn his man. Overlapping run being made by Valance, who was trying to backheel it through to Valance. Didn't quite work out, but Carey's won the throw for a challenge from behind. Takes it short to give Musa. Nicholson, the intended target on the right hand side, and it's nodded towards the right flank by Brook. And Jonathan Brooks concedes the throw into Coventry United. Hammond turns out of one challenge straight into another by Rudd. Clearance charged down by Hammond. Nicholson deflected to Hammond. Hammond's crossing, goes McDonald! And he just headed away before Shaq could make contact with his head. Can Shaq replicate the Shaq trick of his last visit to Walsh's Meadow? Here's Hayden Morris. Shirt pulling there by Nicholson. Referee had moved. Poor crossfield ball. Shaquille McDonald's there to pick up the pieces. Here's Jake Holt. Slides it into the area. And a neat slide from behind on Kyle Carey by Curtis Townley. May have been the only thing that could stop Carey scoring. 15 minutes gone. Time flies when you're having fun. It remains Droitwich Spa 0, Coventry United 0. Live on CUTV with Liam Cook. It's a short corner. Carey receives it back from Hammond. Steadies himself with a cross in towards Chris Cox. Heads it up rather than out. McDonald tries to bring it down. Leaping header by the number 8 Allerton. And as far as Gift Musa, who finds Valance in his own half. United looking to build from the back. Lobs it to the opposite flank with Nicholson. And a wayward ball over the defence and straight to Oliver. One final score to bring you from the Premier League. Leicester 1, Liverpool 2. And that has definitely buggered up Graham's bet. He had an accumulator on 4 teams. And that is why I always tell you, don't bet on the early fixture. Bit of a midfield battle there and a late slide by Holt. Referee calls for the free kick. The slide on Ullerton. Hear the clatter from here. So just inside United territory, a yard or two over the halfway line. Floated in, out comes Bunn, calls for it. Headed away by Chris Cox, didn't hear the call. But cleared as far as Shaquille McDonald for Coventry United. Now Scott Hammond will pick up a bouncing ball on the right flank and take on Brooks. Olsen making the overlap. With a pass to Alton a little too pacey. And that'll be a throw to Droitwich. Let's try and get you some latest scores if we can. From the 4 professional divisions. Preston lead Bolton by 2-0. Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 up at Reading. Headed on by Alton. McDonald now finds Hammond on the right. Overlap being made by Alston, who plays it down line to Nicholson. Alton. Looks for the cross from the right. McDonald's in there, as is Holt. Headed away by Ollerton. Kept alive by Valance. Shaquille McDonald tries to turn and shoot. Here's Ben Valance. Tries one, but it flies wide beyond the goal. Valance was nominated for Goal of the Month for August, which was won by Scott Hammond's brilliant goal against Ilkeston. He was hoping to have another contender there, but didn't find a great level of success. Elsewhere in the Championship, Sheffield United 1, Aston Villa 0, West Brom 1, Stoke 0. In League 1, Barnsley 1, Gillingham 0, Coventry City 0, Rochdale 0 remains, Fleetwood 1-0 up at home to Bradford, Oxford beating Sunderland, Wickham 1-0 up at home to Luton, the battle of the 2 promoted sides. The goal kick from Matt Oliver flies towards the right and into touch. Bunn receives it from Valance. Brendan Bunn lobs it clear at the head of Jonathan Brooks. It's a battle now between Nicholson and Hayden Morris, a battle that Nicholson wins, able to hold off Morris long enough to see the ball go over the white line for a Coventry United throw. Nicholson on debut, throws it up line to Alton, another Coventry United debutant, to receive a bit of a dig in the back there by Corey Rudd, but he got the ball. Lob forward, as far as ahead of Crover. Nicholson able to win it in the air as number 11 Morris tried to flick it over his head and trying to get the ball back. Rudd has forced Nicholson down from behind. The referee wants a word with the Droitwich attacker. And Nicholson certainly making an impressive start. Nicholson's ball towards McDonald in the area, falls to the feet of Shaquille McDonald, and a fantastic save by Matt Oliver. Powerful hit straight towards the net by Shaq. With 2 hands to it, outstanding reflexes from Oliver to deny the United marksman. Here come United again though, with Valance crossing opportunity, charged down. Holt keeps it alive. Jake Holt into the box. Holt across the face of goal, caught well the near post by Oliver, with McDonald lurking in the vicinity. With 20 minutes gone here on CUTV, United have their best chance of the match, but still can't find a way past Matt Oliver between the Droitwich posts. Oliver boots it clear. Cox wins the header. Carey tries to keep it in and will succeed. Looks for an option on the right. Gets it away from Sikora. And now it's with Coventry United's Kyle Barnett making his way towards the halfway line. Musa looks to the right and sees Nicholson, finds Nicholson. Back to Barnett on the halfway line for United. Holt quickly closed down by Lemon. Swift pass behind to Cox. Patient play from Coventry United. Here's Ben Vance, good first touch, but the second not great. He takes it into the path of Brad Burgess. And it'll be a throw on the right wing to Droitwich. Throw it line by Zikora. Vance gets his bonce in it. Neat control by Alton. Now Carey to Musa, surrounded by red shirts, evades all of them. Carey rolls it towards the centre circle with Gift Musa. Barnett. Chris Cox barking instructions from the back line. Barnett finds Nicholson. Back into the centre of the park with Gift Musa. Gets past one challenge, can't get past the second, or can he? He's got the ball back from Rudd. Tenacious stuff from Gift Musa. Brilliant run, tries to thread it through for McDonald. It's blocked up, but there's Hammond. And down low is Oliver. Just smother the ball and keep his clean sheet where he wants it. Very much intact. Again, Oliver's kicking. He's a lot to be desired. It's straight ahead of Valence. Carey tries to turn away from Burgess. A shove in the back by Burgess. Cries from Terry Anson for a foul. Referee says no. It's lofted upfield towards Lemon, who's barely had a touch in the last 10 minutes. And that will continue as the ball bounces away from him. And that will be a United throw on the left side of the red and green's penalty area. Valence throw up line. Carey holds off Zikora. Good strength by the young winger. Holton spins to the dime to keep it away from Burgess. Lofts it upfield. Off the forehead of Shaquille McDonald to bring it to feet. Handball. United will continue with a surging Shaquille McDonald and taken out by a good standing challenge by Curtis Townley. Now it's the Reds on the march. Lemon swiftly dispossessed by Chris Cox. And it's back now with Brendan Bunn, former Highgate and Bromsgrove goalkeeper, making his second start for United today. We're halfway through the first half here on CUTV. As Cox looks for options upfield, plays it short to Alton. Rolls it into the centre circle with Musa and gives it back to Alton. Alton again on the ball, receiving it from Nicholson this time. Musa available. Here is Gift Musa. Cox on the left. Cox receives it. Valence in support, could make the overlap. Cox looking for more long-range options. Plays it behind to Musa. Good ball retention from United, but they're not exactly making many yards up. Barnett, across again to Musa. Reminds me of the soccer match on The Simpsons a few years ago. How about passes to the wing, back to the centre, back to the wing. Finally, we see some football at the other end of the park. It's lofted over the defence, but Bunn will find Barnett and loft it over the number 11 Morris by Nicholson. Now it's Scott Hammond, a late replacement for Kerwin Ellis. Cuts in from the right-hand side, steps in on the challenge, and intercepts from Brooks after losing it momentarily, but Brooks clears. Lemon loses out in the air to Barnett. Now Jake Holt curls one to the left. Here's Kyle Carey. Holds off the challenge from Zikora. Intercepted though. He tried to find, I believe he was looking for McDonald. Ollerton got there first. Holt picks up the loose ball. United not taking no for an answer. McDonald, Holt. Ollerton will try a spectacular. It flies over the crossbar and into touch. 25 minutes gone here on CUTV, live with the Mouth of the Midlands, Liam Cook. Exclusive commentary of Droitwich Spa versus Coventry United in the first qualifying round of the Build-Base FA Vars. If you are enjoying today's coverage, make sure to hit the like button, the thumbs up button below the video. Leave a comment below with your feedback. Subscribe to Coventry United TV on YouTube for more exclusive content. And while you're subscribing, hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button. You'll get notifications when we go on air. And we are also on Twitter at Cov United TV. We will be here until the very final whistle on CUTV today. The match could well end up going to penalties. The match will end tonight. Clubs can decide amongst themselves whether they want to replay or just want to get the match over and done with that night. And that will be the case tonight. It's all square after 90 minutes. We go to extra time and there's still no winner. It will be a penalty shootout. United will be hoping it doesn't come to that. And Kyle Barnett curls one just past the CUTV camera, falls into his own corner. And Jonathan Brooks will take the throw just short of the penalty area on the left-hand side. Rudd in support. finds Rudd. Swiftly closed down by Nicholson. Rudd able to hold off Nicholson, but not Alton. And a slide from behind by Scott Hammond. And Rudd is not happy after being clipped from behind by Scott Hammond. A slight overreaction from the Droitwich number 10. I apologize if you did hear any choice language over the microphone, but of course we are at a football match. It's going to be Curtis Townley lining this one up. Townley's ball into the box. Should be simple stuff for Brendan Bunn. Indeed it is. Unchallenged catch. But a scuffed goal kick. Referee has to duck out of the way, but it does fall luckily to Gift Musa. Here's Kyle Carey now playing on the right wing. Musa. Toe pokes it across to Chris Cox. It's Cox. Looks for Hammond down the left-hand side. Hammond shields it from Zikora. Now looks to get into the penalty area. It's Scott Hammond. Only to the feet of Crover, the Droitwich captain, who swiftly boots it away from the penalty area. Up comes Chris Cox, challenging Lemon. An aerial duel. A duel which United have got the better of. A throw-in, taken quickly by Cox. Into the box for Hammond, holds off Crover. Needs support though. Valance. Just a twist and turn away from Ullerton, but doesn't come out with the ball. Lemon. Good pressure from behind by Cox, who comes away with the ball when Lemon flabbergasted. How on earth did he do that, he says. Nicholson. Scuff pass. Didn't reach Carey, but Brooks will take it over the white line for a Coventry United throw about 15 yards into enemy lines. Nicholson. Now Barnett. Looking for a ball over the defence to Jake Holt. Townley holds off the big number 11. He's got nowhere to go though. They will shield the ball into touch for a goal kick. Great strength from the defender. Half an hour gone here on CUTV. Remains at Droitwich Spa 0, Coventry United 0. The Red and Greens have had the better of the match so far, but there have been very limited opportunities for both sides as Scott Hammond is down injured on the far side of the field. Hammond himself was actually a late replacement for Kervin Ellis, who was meant to start the match. Well, we are having a short break so that Hammond can be attended to. Let's take you through some score updates. Derby have just taken the lead away at Hull City. Sheffield United now 2-0 up at home to Aston Villa. Barnsley leading Gillingham by 1-0. It's now 1-1 between Fleetwood and Bradford. Portsmouth lead Plymouth by 1-0 at Fratton Park. In League 2, Bury 1-0 up at home to Morecambe. Colchester beating Cheltenham 2-0 away. Crewe 1-0 up at home to Macclesfield. Forest Green beating Notts County. Bottom of the league now under the charge of Harry Kewell. It's 1-1 between Oldham and Crawley and Port Vale and Newport. Stevenage losing 1-0 at home to Cambridge, and it's Swindon 0, MK Dons 1. All of the matches are currently scoreless. And of course, is one final score to bring you from the King Power Stadium. Leicester City 1, Liverpool 2. And of course, we're here on CUTV. We're taking a short break at half-time to swap over the batteries on the laptop to ensure we can bring you the second half of this match in full. So look for the new live stream here on CUTV at half-time. And of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Tell a friend about CUTV, it really does help. After that brief stoppage to attend to a stricken Scott Hammond, who I'm happy to say is back on his feet. We'll have ourselves a goal kick to be taken by Matt Oliver. On the edge of his 6-yard box, there it goes. Ball back in play. Holt wins the header upfield towards Shaquille McDonald, but McDonald unfortunately couldn't get to the ball. Nicholson trying his best to retrieve the ball from Droitwich's Hayden Morris. Morris holds him off long enough to play down like a Townley. Lemon, off the shoulder of Lemon, not the cleanest of contacts. Nicholson was stabbed forward. Carey there to pick up the pieces. Carey and Moose running into each other. There's Alton. Tries his best to hold off Jonathan Brooks. Brooks evades the United debutant. And dinks it past Nicholson. Great move by Brooks. And volleyed clear at the near post by Chris Cox into the car park. Corner kick for Droitwich. A rare scoring opportunity for the home side. And another ball was required. Red shirts gathering on the edge of the United penalty area. In it goes from the left towards the near post. Volleyed away by Nicholson. No danger for the red and greens. Here's Carey, holds up Brooks. Alton, cry from the left by Chris Cox. Alton will ignore him. A great solo run by Alton. Eventually is met by the captain Crover, who blasts one over the main stand here at Welch's Meadow. There will be a free kick. So a throw-in, I should say, to the Red and Greens. Nicholson looks for an option with the throw-up line towards Alton. Goes over the head of Rudd too, and there's McDonald. McDonald in towards Holt. Goes over the head of Holt, and a spectacular overhead kick by Hammond. That would have been a second straight goal of the month for the promising attacker, but didn't quite find the top corner. He doesn't know how to score a goal, this fella, Scott Hammond. After a brief spurt, GMP back in the United first team fold, and already seems well at home. But still, the scoreline remains blank, and as we've said before, if this match does end with a draw in normal time, we will go to extra time, and if it's still all square, penalties will decide it. Hammond wins the header from the goal kick, but United can't make anything up. Droitwich knocking on the United's door now. Challenge behind by Scott Hammond. And as the Droitwich man was looking for options, he sent it straight into the home dugout, and a throw in for United just inside their own half. 35 minutes gone here on CUTV. Remains Droitwich Spa 0, Coventry United 0. There will be a few minutes of added time after that stoppage for Scott Hammond's injury. It's nodded over the white line for a Coventry United throw. Hammond takes it past Zikora. Tries to find McDonald. McDonald into the area. Shaquille McDonald! No! Slides it past the far post. He had defenders all over him. It's not been the most prolific of seasons for Shaq, but the talismanic striker really should have found the bottom corner there. But you have to take your hats off to a gutsy Droitwich defence, holding off the Shaq attack, and there's not many defenders that can say they've done that. Oliver's made one or two fantastic saves during this match. We'll line up another kick. And again, it's intercepted. Alton wins the header. McDonald brings it to feet. Swiftly closed down. McDonald ducking and diving out of one challenge and two, but unfortunately couldn't keep it away forever. But Nicholson's won it back. Holt receives it from Carey. Alton may think about the long range effort. Skips away from the challenge. McDonald looks to thread it through for Carey. Cut up though by Rudd. He dances past United debutant Alton. Ollerton. Now it's Zikora. Cox steps in on Lemon but can't take the ball away from the big number 9. Takes him off his game though as Lemon tries to find an invisible teammate down the right hand side. It's picked up by Cox, who swiftly clears the danger. Townley wins the header against McDonald. It's nodded forward straight to the path of Kyle Barnett for Coventry United. Now Nicholson. Stretched by Musa, couldn't stretch far enough, and now it's Droitwich Spa on the attack. Burgess dragged to the ground by Alton. Referee gives the free kick. About 10 yards into United territory. CUTV, as always, sponsored by our good friends at Current building bespoke software to increase sales and improve your business process. Head to current.it for more information. The highlights of today's game will be available here on CUTV tomorrow morning. Free kick lofted in, headed away by Chris Cox. It will fall back to the number 6 Pardo. Nicholson's unchallenged header, kept alive by Rudd. But nods it up. The second header is by the head of Carey. Nicholson, only as far as Brooks. Still well within United territory. Deflected pass. Morris. Hayden Morris evades Holt. Brad Burgess. Zakora in support on the right flank. Clash between Zakora and Hammond. Hammond comes away with the ball with boots it upfield. Just wants to get some yards between the ball and United's goal. It's straight back to United's doorstep. Burgess receives the ball from Lemon, turns away from the defender. Referee says no foul despite the claims of a tug on the arm. Hammond looks for a ball over the defence. Again, it's just not working for United at the moment. He tries something different. Again, the aerial threat of Kirby Ellis no longer there, as the big man was taken off before the match even started, taking off the starting lineup with Scott Hammond in his place. Pass in the centre circle, intercepted. Rudd looking for Morris down the left flank, well intercepted by Nicholson, who's having a storming debut. Musa across to Hammond. And receives it again for a neat turn by Alston. Lobs it up line for Alston. Crover gets there first, sends it straight back where it came from. Nodded forward by Carey. Again, poor ball retention from both sides. United have got it back again with Hammond. And Hammond gives it straight back. And Hammond gets it back again and gives it away again. And finally, a pass to a teammate has been completed by Droitwich. But in goes Cox from behind on Lemon. As he makes his way past Zakora, the sliding number 2. Sends the ball out of play via Cox's leg. No, you're not hearing me from last season. Chris Cox is playing for Coventry United. He did leave the club for Droitwich in the summer, and there's going to be a change here. Scott Hammond can't continue, and Ryan Palmer is going to come on. Hammond did go down with like a facial injury not long ago, and Ryan Palmer is going to come on. So the first change of the match confirmed for the Red and Greens in Sky Blue today. Ryan Palmer replaces Scott Hammond. So the throw from Zakora on the far flank towards Lemon. Flicked on with the head of Lemon. Burgess tries to get there first. Overhead kick by Barnett with a scuffed attempt at the clearance by Nicholson. Now Droitwich knocking on the door and a shove in the back by Hayden Morris on Carl Barnett, but he was too preoccupied with the United defender, and Brendan Bunn able to pick it up. His clearance towards Kyle Carey on the right hand side for United, holds up Brooks. Nicholson. Musa turns on the dime and keeps it away from Pardo. Valance. Looking for options further afield. Lofted ball towards Jake Holtz. Over Holt's head, may fall for Shaquille McDonald, but cleared just in time. Burgess picks up the clearance from the defender. And there's space on the left for Hayden Morris. He's got Rudd behind him. We'll look to take on Nicholson on his own. A few step overs, nearly catching himself out. Rudd. Pardo. Rudd again. Now Brooks on the left, closed down by Carey. Skips past Carey. Slide by Carey, takes out the legs of the Droitwich number 3. And a free kick on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Brooks drawing the foul from the former Coventry City youngster. It's going to be Hayden Morris to take it. Places the ball and Shane Nicholson will have to get his required 10 yards. Chances have been at a limited supply for Droitwich in this opening 45 minutes. Can they shock the system and take the lead 5 minutes before the break with this free kick? No, they can't. Head it away by Kyle Barnett, and Shaquille McDonald looks to begin the counter. A little bit hesitant, but finds Ryan Palmer upfield. Palmer looking for Cox. Pardo claims it and lofts it over Anderson's dugout for a United throw just inside Droitwich territory, but it's looking increasingly likely we're going into half-time scoreless. Although we fought that against Coventry Spinks and we ended up going 2-0 behind before the referee's half-time whistle. Ben Valance looks for an option. Jake Holt's got a bit of space. Maybe a bit too obvious though. Palmer, who scored a consolation goal against Spinks on Monday. Valance, now Holt, spins away from Lemon. Barnett with plenty of space in the centre circle and drifts towards the right-hand side where Nicholson is waiting. Alton. Last one towards the penalty area. Holt looks to take it past Townley. Jake Holt straight into the gut of Oliver. George Keeler didn't have to move to make that save. Unfortunately, we haven't seen that much in the way of goal mouth action today. Let's hope for better in the second half, but still 3 minutes of normal time to go. They could still get one. But Cox sends it out of play on the right-hand side. Throw quickly taken. Cox, overhead kicking Nicholson away before Pardo can get stuck in. Pardo. Brooks will leave it for Rudd. Corey Rudd down the centre of the park, and cheeky attempt at a soft pass was picked up. Barnett looks for Kyle Carey. Brought down well by Carey. Lost it in for McDonald. A little too far for McDonald to stretch, and Crover will clear. Frustrating afternoon on the River Severn so far for Coventry United. Barnett hooks it away as Lemon made his way towards the United box. Jonathan Brooks with ball in hand, 5 yards into enemy lines, throws it down line to Townley. Pass poked away by Alston. Sees it back from Nicholson, dances his way past Rudd, slots it down the right. Kyle Carey on the move for the red and greens. It's Carey looking for the cross, covered off by Townley. Nicholson down line but finds Alton instead. Ross Alton looks for Carey, but an outstretched leg of Townley stops that lofted ball. It only finds Brendan Bunn with the clearance. And Bunn on the edge of his own penalty area. Ball to feet. Here it goes. Sent towards the left. Palmer being held. Referee says no. Zakura's got away with that one. Burgess looks to sprint clear of Palmer and past Valance, but he won't beat them both. Valance gets himself between the ball and the player and sends it out for a goal kick via the leg of the Droitwich attacker. Bunn looks for Nicholson straight up to the boot of Brooks, flies it upfield. Hayden Morris. Brooks looking to make the overlap. Good strength by Gift Musa to rip the ball away. Alton sends Palmer on his way. Palmer won't reach it. Townley looks to shepherd it out. Curls it upfield. It looked like it was still in. I don't think the whole ball crossed the line, but the referee has given the throw-in. Here's Palmer. Going to take advantage of a good cross. Bounces past the feet of Kyle Carey, who should keep it in on the opposite side. Jockeys for position. And cleared by Townley. And that will do things for the first half here on CUTV. Half-time score at Walsh's Meadow in the Build-Based FA Vars first round. Droitwich Spa 0, Coventry United 0. CUTV signing off for the next 10 minutes.